the way that this person is, but they are trying their best to keep up. They have an LAPD helicopter overhead as well. As we can see now, up to 105 miles an hour now. So dangerous here on this eastbound 210.
Unbelievable. Well, I shouldn't say unbelievable. We've seen this before, and we're going to bring in Mike Rogers at the desk now. Mike, you have some more information?
I do, Pat. Yeah, so I was just listening to the CHP radios because LAPD is talking about getting CHP involved, and so they were giving some of that information to the California Highway Patrol. This apparently was a residential burglary, so we know it happened at a home, not a business, and they also believe that there are 3 people inside. Now, CHP did want to clarify if weapons were involved in this, and I did not hear a response to that question, so it seems like something that LAPD may still be kind of looking at, but at least we know that it is a residential burglary. The LAPD believes there are 3 suspects inside. Now, the other interesting thing here is there's a helicopter with Desmond that's low, that's at about 1,400 feet. That's an LAPD helicopter. Now, I also noticed that there was a second helicopter,
106 miles an hour.
So it kind of was indicative of maybe a surveillance type thing. We've seen them do that before. LAPD calls them Idaho ships. They're Idaho helicopters is their call sign, and they'll get really high. They'll be able to surveil people, and then they'll try to get officers to maybe take them into custody. So total speculation on if that's exactly what happened here, but kind of when you see that one helicopter really high and then the other one kind of low, it kind of indicates that a little bit. So we'll see if
flying. How you doing, darling?
That's actually what the case was here, but again, residential.
I'm just getting ready right now so I can go feed the other cats. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just getting ready to go feed the other cats right now. So this is my live stream for my computer. He passed that cop right now at fucking 100 miles an hour. He flew by that cop. What up, Synth? Good to see you, boss. Hope you're doing all right. Let's listen into what they're saying. There's no echo when I turn it up, is there?
North of the Rose Bowl to the section here that goes east. So bear with us as we go through these tunnels right here. They're going to come out right over here. I'm actually really surprised at just how uncongested that transition ramp was, because that ramp is really notorious for backing up. I thought for sure they were going to hit a bottleneck there, but you know, as often happens with these pursuit suspects, not only do they have those tinted windows, but they just seem to get really lucky with traffic. We'll see if that luck continues here as we get on what would also be a congested freeway, even though we are at the tail end of rush hour here on the eastbound.
So we got 3 people inside the car, residential burglary,
where we
usually have weapons,
kind of bogged down
and hauling ass.
I'm kind of hesitant to look up.
All kinds of reasons to get away.
I don't want to lose this vehicle because they're driving so crazy. But you can see LAPD, they are right there in very close pursuit here. They have not shown any interest in wanting to let this one go.
And we have seen this driver.
It's probably a stolen vehicle as well.
You know, hasty moves there, going in and out of traffic. At one point, I thought they got really close in between 2 vehicles, and now still driving speeds over 100, if we're right in terms of what we're looking at here on our speedometer, with LAPD close behind them. And I think, Des, you said at one point that you thought maybe they were tracking this vehicle and then decided, since they were driving so recklessly, that they really did want to try to get this person in custody. It's interesting how they make those decisions, because they usually do tracking mode, right? For that very same reason, because they're driving so dangerously. But at the same time, it seems like they want to make sure this driver knows with these 2 other burglary suspects, there are 3 burglary suspects in this vehicle, that they do want this to stop, and they're right behind them, and they're going to continue this pursuit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everything that law enforcement does is kind of a double-edged sword. There's no easy decisions that they make. You know, you go into tracking mode to try to get this person to calm down, and then they could still drive crazy, and then you're giving them some distance. And if they get out and run into a parking structure or something, they have a much higher probability of getting away. But if you decide to continue to stay engaged, you know, there's definitely a major public safety element. So I think the judgment is, well, if we're going into tracking mode and they're still driving.
Sudden moves like that means that they know where they're going. That means that they want to make a decision. See? He's want to take a transition here, it looks like.
Crazy like that. So
looks
we'll
like
see what they
it's
decide
getting a
to
little
do
more
here.
crowded.
Yep, they're going to get off the freeway because of the crowd.
Definitely here as we leave Pasadena from this section kind of on and off through the 605, that kind of choke point. We'll see if the driver decides to. We've seen him drive on the right-hand shoulder just before we came to air, and
No
not
way.
hesitate to do that. Let's see if they do that. Indeed, they do cut right over at the last second before the off-ramp there, and now on the right-hand
They wanna
shoulder.
stay on
And
the
with
highway.
all this slow traffic, you got this guy going
Smart.
75
San Bernardino
miles
freeway
an hour.
there, heading our
Let's
way.
see if the LAPD decides if they're going to stick with this. Look at all of the debris, all the dirt getting kicked up here. Liable to get a flat tire if they hit nails or any kind of junk that might be there on the right-hand shoulder. So this is the most dangerous stunt that we've seen.
So
that's one of the, what he just said right now. I hardly ever agree with these fucking people. I mean, obviously there's always the obvious things that these guys point out, but right now what he said right there is that him driving on that right shoulder on that emergency lane is very susceptible to flat tires, all kinds of debris in the road always right there.
Units to get out of this as well. So LAPD apparently has patrol vehicles, marked patrol vehicles like you see right here, as well as unmarked vehicles involved in this, which again leads me to believe that this was some type of surveillance operation prior to the pursuit that then led to this pursuit.
Well, this is pretty, now, as you said, once CHP gets involved, that's it.
It's them or not at all.
Or not at all.
Right, so that's what they're trying to get situated right now. They want to make sure they have enough units. We're also running into this issue that we've seen time and again, where these guys are going so fast through these areas that we're switching CHP offices right now. So now they're trying to get some of their Baldwin Park units into place as well, along with the Altadena units. Meanwhile, you still have that unit from Mission Division of the LAPD, which is in the north end of the valley.
And you know what, now that it's slowing down tremendously, I would think that that could possibly make it better for law enforcement when they reach these kinds of speeds, just in terms of them trying to make a decision, make some changes.
Yeah. And it at least allows CHP to catch up.
Yeah.
Right? You know, because LAPD's been behind it the whole time. CHP's playing this catch-up game where they're trying to get in place. And when this guy's going 110 miles an hour, it makes it harder for CHP to get themselves situated to take it over, because it's much better for CHP to have this pursuit, because as we've talked about so many times, he could go from here to the top of the state and still be chased by CHP.
That's right.
So it's much better, and LAPD for sure wants that, because now you have...
And just like that, he sounds like an idiot. Because you're not going to fucking drive across the fucking state from north to south in California on one tank of gas. I don't care what the fuck you're driving.
You know what, Desmond, is it possible that you can maybe look ahead now because the traffic has died down a little bit, or at least the speeds? Anyway, just wanted to possibly see what we're looking at here. Well, it looks kind of steady.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see kind of this what we traffic wars might call kind of a choppy pattern. Kind of.
Cheers, Red Pill. How you doing?
Really, really normal for this time of the day, as traffic's kind of starting to break apart for the evening. Going to be some slow spots here and there, and that's what can be really dangerous, because you know the suspect's going to see wide open traffic, slam on that gas pedal, try to get to 100 miles an hour, but then they're...
All right, we lost Desmond's picture for just a moment. Mike, let's pick up what Desmond was saying.
Yeah, I was talking about the traffic as well, and I was just kind of looking at our next traffic maps, and it is going to be heavy all the way kind of through the 605, as he mentioned. And it looks like, oh, there's his picture back, Pat, as we're kind of, you know, going through this choppy traffic, as Des talked about.
Des, you back with us?
Yes.
LAPD, that this might be armed suspects in the vehicle right now. So it's
now that's probably an assumption, but it is a good assumption, because usually when you do a residential burglary, you're not going to go in there empty-handed. So they are assuming that they have weapons.
Mission Division officers were in pursuit of the vehicle. They still are. They're trying to get these California Highway Patrol behind it.
Tag is out feeding her cats. When she gets back, or when this stream, or when this chase ends, I'm going to go feed my buddy's stray cats that he feeds, because he's out of town. And then I'm going to come back and do a live stream. I might actually leave you guys on this thing here. I don't know how long this is going to go for. But I might just leave you guys on this and go feed those cats really quick. It takes about 15-20 minutes.
It sure is. You know, I was listening to the CHP trying to get their units in position, actually even calling ahead to the Baldwin Park CHP division.
That's what it sounds like, Synth. But, you know, this could be stuff that the news is gathering from what they're hearing and making assumptions that, you know, that they're not really familiar with. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Slows down. But now they have no choice. They're in heavy traffic here.
I mean,
and,
what are the odds
traffic is dictating
of
the speed
an
of this
agency?
vehicle, but we have seen this vehicle go all
What are
across.
the odds that an agency is tracking somebody and then they go and commit a residential burglary at the same time? Come on. I mean, there are some dumbass criminals out there.
Okay,
what
let's
up, Payne?
take a look. Boy, it's really
Hope
dark.
you're all right.
I don't know if you guys can see it on your monitors. Very difficult. There, it looks like it's tinted all the way around.
Yeah, it's got tint
Yes.
everywhere. I could take you guys with me to go feed the cats, but I don't know how the stream's gonna, if it's gonna buffer, because I mean, I had big time issues yesterday. God, I really need to WD-40 that door again. It's still it's still kind of warm outside too, so I know he doesn't want me to feed the cats till it gets cool outside. I hope you, hope everything goes good with you. Whoops. Hope everything goes good with you, Red Pill. Not sure what the health issues are, but good vibes, and hopefully everything goes good for you.
To a wider shot.
Uh-oh, it's getting congested.
Yeah, we have two. We have CHP and Trail. They're trying to catch up. We got the airship overhead. So those are all good things. And you see the driver trying to find a pocket to
He
find
does not want to get
more
out that
space.
highway.
But LAPD staying right there behind the driver, and that's the difference here at this point. There's no reason to go into surveillance mode at this point because of the traffic. They're just going to stay behind the vehicle here, and they have the airship, so they're pretty confident this guy's not going to get away. And the thing that the driver's trying to do right now is to weave in and out, try to find those pockets, and try to cut the LAPD
Whoa,
off.
what
like
was
he just
that?
did there, but he made it through. So it's going to be like that, cat and mouse.
I was just watching it on my television because it's on the news on the television, and it just did some weird fucking skip right now where like one car just shapeshifted into another car. Is that a Tesla on a... Oh, okay, that's not a tow truck. It's being towed. What is that? That is a Mercedes 3 Series.
No,
Like
it's going to be
S-Class.
very difficult for them to get up ahead. So that's why they'll call ahead to their Baldwin Park division to have those officers ready.
It's a mid-level Mercedes, so it's not not fancy.
LAPD
It's not super fancy. I mean, it's a good car or whatever, but it's just like it's a base model Mercedes.
But we've seen the driver jump across the gore point at the very last second and get back on the freeway. So we'll see if that happens again here as the driver is in the slow.
Where are we skipping?
There he goes.
Oh, man, that cop is aggressive. Is that CHP or no? That looks like Huntington Beach or something. It looks like a city cop. Interesting that CHP isn't right on their tail. Because CHP always takes over on the highways. But CHP and city police, they always have fucking issues. There's always drama about who's going to take over and when they're going to take over and all that bullshit. Jurisdiction and all that bullshit. The sheriff could come in and just be like, you guys both shut the fuck up. We're going to take it over. But, you know, they don't usually do that. All right, so this is going to go till they fucking run out of gas or what? Yeah, just pit his ass. But you can't do that because, you know, there's way too many other cars on the road. You got to think some of these cars are bringing their kids home from from daycare or after school care and all that stuff, and just getting off work and stuff. So oh, Darlene, you're fucking hilarious. There's CHP. See right there. CHP's about to take over right now. See? Bam. CHP said, get the fuck over. Get out of my way. We'll fucking end this. That's CHP taking over right now. They'll say it on this thing right now, I bet. Can kind of hear their scanner in the background because they're being quiet right now. I can't really make it out though. Especially when I'm talking, there's no way that I'm gonna make it out. CHP is the California Highway Patrol. California Highway Patrol is actually their job, their duties are to pull over.
Let's keep up. Oh.
Are to pull over vehicles that are in commerce. So like your 18-wheelers and stuff like that, and buses, transit buses, vehicles that are moving.
Well, it depends. Likely they'll stay in
that are moving things for commerce, not private vehicles. They shouldn't be pulling over private vehicles, but since we're all fucking indoctrinated and stupid, we let them pull us over. But their main function is to keep the 18-wheelers, is to only pull over 18-wheelers and vehicles that are operating for commerce. Chips. That was a TV show. Darlene, we had a TV show that was called Chips, and it was, California Highway Patrol or whatever, and it was a Mexican and a white guy, and they rode around on motorbikes. Oh shit, that cop. Oh, I thought that cop was about to let off.
Yeah, and that's, go ahead.
But yeah, that was a good look. Yeah, Eric Estrada, yep. You already know. Paunch. Yeah, I mean, I used to drive by where they used to film that all the time. It was a pretty good show. It was a good show for the times. That was back when Dukes of Hazzard was the shit.
Well, one of the things they're doing is they're having one officer staggered there. You see the second one kind of staggered over that gore point because the driver's been threatening to get off on an off-ramp and then takes the gore point back on the freeway. So that's one. If he was able to get off the freeway, all of a sudden the one directly behind it may not be able to do so, but the one in trail would be easily able to do so. That's one of their tactics at this point. Now, spike strip would definitely be an option right now. A lot of traffic.
And
but,
also,
as you
the cops have been fucking very trigger happy lately, so I don't know what's going to happen. And again, these guys are suspected of doing a residential burglary, and I guess what the news is reporting is that the police witnessed it or something. So I don't know. This one might end in a one of those fashions because LAPD have been super trigger happy again lately. It's like it comes and it goes. It's like it comes in threes, like like people die and all that shit in high ups and positions. It's really weird. Sorry, I'm all turning it down. Come on, guys, do something. Go find a underground parking lot at a mall. Well, actually, you can't do that when you got fucking chips on your tail. You gotta get them to back off, and then you go find that underground parking structure. That's the cheat code right there, fellas and ladies. Cheat code. Whoa, man, he's desperate. And you gotta wonder, does he have two other folks in that car? And if so, are they encouraging him? I doubt it. Are they gonna tell? Are they fucking freaking him out because he's driving like this? I would probably say yes. So the driver is gonna be extra fucking stressed out. He's got fucking, he's got 12 on his tail, and he's got these people's lives in his hands. And they're trying to get away from the cops. It's just you got to think of this situation going on. Why these people do this shit, man? But I mean, if I was a passenger in a situation like this, where if I was a passenger and my buddy was getting pulled over and he was like, dude, I'm running, I'd be like, sure, no problem, let me get out, good luck, peace out, here's a joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that, putting my life in somebody else's hands like that. No, thank you.
Around the next curve, and it looks like it's going to slow down up ahead.
All right, I'm gonna get this cat food going and ready. Hopefully this fucking chase will end soon. Welcome back, Hanlon. I went and subbed up to you with a couple of my alt accounts. Appreciate you doing that for tag too. She was all happy when I got home. She was like, "Babe, look, I got 400."
We are, and you're seeing the other cars there in the other lanes kind of slow. I'm looking up ahead though. It's not going to last. It's going to speed up. There's less and less traffic ahead. It looks like almost freeway speeds about 50.
He's pretty much passing where my mom is buried at right now.
5 miles an hour up ahead for another half a mile or so, and it looks like it's going to loosen up all the way to the 57 freeway.
Oh, thanks, Red Pill. That's cool as hell, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 Facebook groups. Not 3, but like, I'm not too active on them, but I got one group that's dedicated to this missing child out here that lives out here. I got the most
It's
subs.
quite a distance.
I got
In
more
fact,
subs on
if
that
there
than I
wasn't
have
so
on
much traffic,
YouTube
I
and
think
everything.
the speeds would be much higher. We know that.
And then I have
in the
that
210
one that you
stretch
probably
of,
clicked on,
in
which
the,
is
like
Free
the
Thinkers.
La Crescenta area, the speeds were faster through that area, but because of the traffic, the vehicle here driving a lot slower. He's sped up though. Look at the speeds here,
Scoop your food
75
out.
miles an hour. So he's got that carpool lane. It's opened up. Traffic is opened up ahead. So we're going to start seeing higher speeds.
No, Darlene. That is shitty. Well, that means that you're going to have to make 5 more videos.
And look at those speeds up to 80 miles an hour now.
Oh,
because
wow.
traffic is loosened up
That's
here.
normal.
And we have the 57 freeway. I'm listening to the CHP now. It sounds like
Glendora, he's passing where my brother is the fire chief.
they are, well, I don't want to give anything away, but they may try a spike strip at some point. So we might be seeing that in the near future. Very difficult to judge and determine where that's going to be at, if and when that's going to happen. A lot of factors are involved. The safety of officers, number 1, and trying to get the spike strip in the proper lane, number 2, and also trying to keep it out of the way of innocent drivers.
They're not going to do that shit on that highway. Not going to happen.
I did see the LAPD go through our picture here just about 2 minutes ago. I know the CHP helicopter is likely on its way, if not here already. But as you were saying, talking about the traffic, Mike, slowing down, it certainly is right now as we approach that 57. Just like you said, just past the 57, you can see the cars starting to come to a stop almost there on the freeway, and the driver choosing that carpool lane because it's moving the fastest.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a chance. So, I don't know. It might buffer for a few minutes till I get out of the Wi-Fi area. But I got to go feed these cats. I got to get back so I can do this live stream. So let me just give you guys a link to this channel. How about that? I'll give you guys a link. How do I do this? Can I go in the chat? No. Yes. No. Oops. Shit. Nope. What's up with airplane peanuts?
What's the difference?
Sorry. Damn it. Oh, don't want to cancel it yet. Hold on, I'll get you guys going. Hold on.
Yeah, and another thing, Mike, it's likely they're
Thank
very
you,
stressed
Hanlon.
out about
Damn,
being
you
in
are
this
fucking
traffic.
awesome. Oh shit, Hanlon. Holy shit, Hanlon is like a magician. Thank you very, very much. I owe you one. Fuck. Thank you. So click that link, guys, so you guys can follow this chase if you want. I'll be following along with 9,000 people in there watching. Thanks again, Hanlon, for sharing that link, and we'll talk to you guys in just maybe about a half an hour. We'll be going live on the computer for a good time. Thanks again, Hanlon, and see you, Darlene. Synth, good to see you. Everybody else, love you. Painful, thanks for coming in. Cheers. How do I shut this down? How do we do this? Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm new. I'll pay for it.